but hopefully more will be joining. So Maria will be recording the session, and we have Mari Carmen and Saida, and Jonathan and Maria, of course. So let me start by asking Saida, how are you, first of all?
I'm good, thanks, and yourself?
Good, good, good. How's things in South Africa?
It's kind of bad, but hopefully things will get good. I don't know if you
But
guys are watching
sorry,
about
because of
what's I say I don't know if you guys have been watching about what's happening here.
yeah. So you guys have problems with well, what's the situation with coronavirus?
Well, right now our biggest issue is all the rioting, the looting, the all the protesters and all of that. COVID, I don't even think people care about COVID now because of what's happening. They're more scared about people hurting them and all those things.
Uh-huh. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay, okay, okay. Fair enough. And where in South Africa are you?
I'm in Johannesburg.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Perfect. All right. Well, but you're fine? Yeah? All good with you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, great. So, hi to Georgina as well and Gergo. Gergo, where are you? Can you
Hello.
hear us? Maybe he can. Ah,
Hola, can you hear me
hi.
now?
Yes,
Hi,
loud and
good
clear.
morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you very much. Your question was where I was or where I am?
Where you are and how are things over there?
Well, I'm in Budapest, close to the capital, like 25 kilometers from the capital.
Yep.
It's kind of hot here, hot and calm. It's a village of 3,000 people, so not many things going around here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's it basically. If
And
you are asking for the health measures and all these things in this country at the moment, people are well vaccinated, so people can relatively live their normal lives for now.
so you guys have it under control? Can you travel freely? Move
We
around
did
Europe? Can you travel?
yeah, we did. Yeah. I think so. I actually I used this card, the vaccination card, whatever, like 2 or 3 days for the first time, and the
The
QR code it
passport.
works. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it works abroad because I haven't used it, and I'm going back to Barcelona in next month in August, so that's when I'm going to see it. But yeah, things are fine here, I would say.
All right. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. All right. So hi to Anna as well. Where are you, Anna?
Good morning. I'm in Barcelona, as usual.
Okay. Well, we won't ask you how things are in Barcelona, but what because we know, but more or less for the people that are abroad, what's your impression?
Well, I think that people actually are starting to travel more and they get vaccinated. So I think that, well, lots of people, as we said before, they are getting the passport with the QR code, their vaccination passport. Even my parents, they did. So I don't know, at least yesterday I noted that there are many more foreigners than before. So that's good news for the industry, but I don't know what's going to happen really.
Do they behave though? Do they behave? Are they, taking all the measures, precautions of precaution? Okay, great, great. Fine. Mark, I guess you are still in Madrid as well.
Yeah, still here in Madrid. Yeah.
How's things over there?
Pretty much the same as before, really. Nothing really to write home about.
Okay. All right.
Same as ever. People wearing, I mean, most people are wearing their masks. A few are not, but most people are wearing their mask all the time. Even though you don't have to wear them outside, most people are wearing them.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool, cool. Okay. Georgina, how about you? Where are you?
Right now, I'm in Girona, in the coast. So I'm in sort of paradise.
We
I'm
saw your
sorry for the rest.
office. Yeah, we saw your office. Your office is kind of cool.
That was Menorca. So this is so cool. I can go anywhere I want. So now I'm in Girona. Now I'm going to the Pyrenees with my office in my bag. So it's great.
And
And here everything is.
Say?
No, everything is fine. I don't know. I don't know. Like really, I don't know.
Okay,
fine. I work, and I go to the supermarket and I come back, and that's all I do. And I see people everywhere, and I see people,
Right.
I was in Barcelona with some friends, kind of touristy stuff, and there was a bunch of people, and
you can keep posting photographs of your offices, yeah, because
sure, okay, I will do
we're
so.
kind of jealous,
well,
but
maybe if it inspires you, I will. If it inspires them, I will do that.
Absolutely. Maybe other people will be happy to share their offices as well. Yeah. So I will start doing that right now. Today, I'm in Barcelona. So I will start, as I move around, I will start doing that. Okay. So Charles, hi to you as well. How are you?
Hello, Radmila. Hello, everybody. Good morning. How is everybody today?
Fine, fine. Yourself?
Not bad, sir. I got here a little late as I was finishing class, and I heard something about sharing offices. I was gonna ask, are we talking about sharing office space? But I was also thinking about being quiet because I did arrive late, and I don't want to waste anybody's time.
Georgina was saying that her office is she posted a picture of her office facing the sea, working with her laptop. So we were a little bit jealous of the views that she had. And basically, she was saying that she was in the Pyrenees, then in Menorca, then in now she's in Girona. So she's kind of taking her office, working a lot, but taking her office with her, and it's kind of cool. This is cool.
Very cool. Very cool. Enjoy the trip, Georgina. And I hope everybody else is doing well on this fine day as well.
Great. So, okay, happy to hear in the first place that all of you are all right, that where you are, the situation is calm, or it seems to be, and that there are no major dramas. So, in this talk today, again, I want to make clear for the, except for South Africa, of course, Saida's testimonial was a little bit sad. So I hope that you guys are better soon. But I will recap very, very quickly the time of year that we are in, what we can do with it, okay? Because right now, July, okay, here in Spain, not in other countries, in Mexico, they have quite a different situation. But here in Spain, August might be a little slower. Yet, this is changing. I think that COVID has changed habits, and this community is no longer local. That means that we should stop thinking of what's going on in Spain, but we should start also thinking of the market that we have in other countries as well. Okay, so what we're going to talk right now wouldn't apply for South Africa, wouldn't apply for Mexico, for instance. But in Spain, we have right now, these final days of July are very good to think of one specific target. Kids is always, but of kids, we are going to think late August, early September, okay? But right now, let me talk about companies, all right? Because some of you already have them. I know that Charles is has a very good client. Georgina, you guys had a very successful meeting with Anna as well. Maria is doing also meetings with companies, which means that we can, this is the right time, people are responsive. And if we put the right message to them, then we will get them listening. Okay, so I'm going to recap once more. What is it, and draw the general picture very briefly, and then open Q&A, questions and answers, because it's much better that we go straight to Q&A. So I'm going to start sharing, and then we're going to talk about it. Okay, fine. So just one small, and I know that you know it, but just for my peace of mind, and so that you, again, don't have to worry, and let's not make it complicated, very simple. generated, let me start with this, comes from number of hours times 14 plus number of own students times 7. Yeah, this is the formula. So the way you can track your growth is the hours that you have that you are teaching, you multiply by 14. Your students in open web classes, you multiply by 7. This is how it goes. And you can, as a teacher, yeah, just start or have teaching hours that will give you or secure you 14 hours per hour. But also remember, we have some new partners that for each student in open web classes, you're adding a +7. So from teaching to the 14 euros, according to the number of students that you have, you will increase your rate per hour. Okay, and actually I've stopped here on 35, but it has no limit. This is unlimited. Now, one idea that I would like you to remember, well, before actually we go with the examples, is that teaching hours are limited. 20 is something that you can cope with. 25 is going to make you go a little bit tired. 30 is crazy. 40 is impossible. So hours are limited, but students are not. Therefore, if we start thinking of students more than hours, then our growth will be unlimited. Yeah, only by changing our mindset or by thinking of students rather than hours. So here is again the formula, and these calculations, these examples are with those cases that we have people that take 2 classes of 30 minutes, 1 hour, yeah, a week. And I'm starting with easy examples, not to overcomplicate, but then I will show you another example of a company. So imagine now that you have 20 students that pay for 1 hour a week, so 2 30-minute classes, and you're teaching 20 hours a week as well, so you will be reaching 1,764. That means 21 euro hour rate. Okay, the more students that you have, even with less hours, the more you increase your margin. So the second, or your rate, sorry, the second example is has the proportion 3:1. So you have 3 students per each hour that you teach, or 45 students, 15 teaching hours, and you will be on 2,205 or 35 euros per hour. Yeah. The same proportion, 3 students, 1 teaching hour, only that with 60 students and 20 teaching hour, you are almost on 3,000 euros. So remember, hours are limited, but students are not. And all this infrastructure that Oxinity has created has to serve that purpose. If you think in students, not in hours, you'll generate much more and faster. And now, without getting obsessed with faster, let me show you here what one company can do for you. Now that we were talking about companies, it is, let me, before we go into numbers, you have to know something, guys, that it's pretty much the same effort to get a company than to get one private student. The only thing that is shorter is the negotiation process. But it's the same effort, after all, the same effort in doing some promotion or trying to find the channel, put the message across. It's the same effort, but the results will be completely different. Okay, so with one company only, we can have from 10 to 20 students easily. And in one company, we can also have other suggestions, other propositions. For instance, this acceleration offer that we were talking about in previous talks. Remember that if they take the modality of 30 minutes a day, which is 2.5 hours a week, then for 3 months, they will scale, they will learn much more, and we are going to have a very, very competitive, very good product in our hands. So 20 students, each of them taking 2.5 hours with the acceleration mode, with the acceleration courses. Only from the students that you have, even without teaching, will give you 1,470. How have I calculated this? Below is the formula. 20 students, we multiply by the hours, 2.5, then by 7, which is what we get from each one of them, and then we multiply by 4.2, which is weeks in a month, and we have that from the students. From students, we generate 1,470. From teaching, these 20 hours, we multiply by 14, by 4.2, and we have 1,176. So altogether, when we sum these two quantities, we're going to have 2,646 a month, or a 31.50 euro hour rate. So again, this is with one company, same effort, but very different results. Now, in last talk, I was saying, and let me remind you, this is very important, because behind every student, you have a potential company there. And if you remember that, then the whole communication will be much easier. Every student that you have, every contact that you have on LinkedIn works probably in a company. Therefore, when we invite one of these contacts to try, we're potentially inviting the whole company. But depending on the initial strategy that you are offering, you can have the company or not. Okay, so let me tell you once again, this type of service is much bigger than just a private class. So this strategy with private classes, forget about it. Remember, limited hours, limited resources. This is what a private class would mean. So to a company human resources manager, you cannot go with private classes. You cannot reach as me, myself, and my availability. That's not going to happen. So we have to go for a strategy, and this strategy is called is based on our uniqueness, our unique selling points. Yeah. So well, before I show you these uniqueness or remind you about them, pretty much here is the two paths that you can have. Yeah, 1 month, you can get a company within a month, and the results, you can go 15 times faster. Why? Because if you have 15, 20 students upfront, you will go 15, 20 times faster than trying to sell one-to-one. Basically, the outcome will be the same as 15 months trying to pull private classes. Yeah, the same, exactly the same. So let me insist once again, one company is going to maybe convert a little bit longer, because we have, you know, in order to get loyalty, a little bit more of time, waiting time and meetings, but the effort is the same. The effort is exactly the same, only that the results are different. Yeah. So to make it even easier for you, managing to get one company to listen to us is opening the door to going 15 times faster. Maria has been conducting these meetings very successfully, very good feedback. When they hear our offer, they want to know more. We have solutions for them. Yeah. So here it is, and here I would insist on that again, just because that is directly related to quality as well, to what we are going to offer in our classes. And these are complementary services, but they have two different and very clear purposes. When we are teaching, 30 minutes accelerate much more than one traditional hour when we are teaching. Only that these 30 minutes of accelerated classes, we can market them at half the price of an hour class. Why is that? Because then technology is going to help us to address all the issues that don't need a teacher in the app. So all these practices that are very useful for the students but don't necessarily require a teacher, they will be in the app. What are these things? All the metrics in the first place, activities through the game to consolidate, to learn. Yeah, these are tests. We're conducting tests all the time. But since it's a gamified app, people learn by playing, yeah? And we get a lot of input. And what do we do with this input? We put it in the classes where the teachers will take this input and they will be dressed in activities, and the teacher then will go and execute these activities in order to accelerate and concept check and push the student beyond their comfort zone. Yeah, so this is it. And why am I talking about a price strategy here? Because again, you have to have that realized and have it really clear that it's because of technology that we can reduce to up to 50% the price that we offer. Yeah, and in the other talk last time I said this is unbeatable. No one can compete with that, but you have to transmit it. You have to put it in the hands of the people that would see the value. Yeah, so this is what we're offering. This is the uniqueness of our proposition. This is it. And that is possible with all the infrastructure of teachers that will back you up when it comes time to provide the service. Yeah, you count on each other, on all this community, and you count on a very strong team for managing the connections, for helping you in the negotiations. Yeah, Maria is there, myself, Fernando with his team for the connection, for the technical part, for the technology. And this is what you can market. This is what you can offer to each one of the contacts that you have, that, again, I insist, there is a company behind these contacts of yours. Yeah. So technology is the one thing that is a game changer. And if you remember that you have a very easy or relatively easy way of contacting companies. Remember, I'm not talking about cold calling or anything like that. No, I'm talking about a channel that consists of me connecting with someone that I know that is working in a company and telling that person, I have this, it's amazing, try it. And if you like it, which you will, then let's go and pitch it in your company. Okay, so this is it. Unbeatable price. We can reduce it to up to 50% because we use technology. But we use technology without that being just a Duolingo or something like that. No, we have a very strong and very thorough process of making the most of these 30-minute classes with a teacher. And then the best complement for the student is in the app. So do you guys have any questions? Saida, let me start with you because you are the newcomer. Can you hear me? Okay. No. How about the rest of you guys? How would you approach a company? Mark, can you tell me?
Well, I suppose you just have to send on LinkedIn. You'd send somebody a message directly, you know, somebody you know, and there'd be one of the promotional on the, you know, one of the promo things that we can copy, put our numbers in there. What is it called? Our code numbers. What's the name of the number?
The number, the price. No.
No, but our number in the link, you go link
IDC.
The IDC number. Yeah, and just wait, basically. I mean, you might want to personalize it somehow.
But hold on, explain that to me, because it's a bit vague. How would you do it?
Okay, well, probably, I mean, LinkedIn obviously is the obvious way. So like go through contacts that are in human resources and, send them a link to the promo spiel, that's on, that we can cut and paste and stick on there, and that gives them a link to, something similar to what you've been showing us here.
Okay, but okay, so if you do that, then you're taking them to the landing page, right?
Yeah.
And do you think that they will react to that?
I don't know. It's all hit and miss, really. Some might not.
Okay, so but let's think how we can actually make people pay attention to what we send. So this is one practice. So you're saying, okay, what I can do is I can take my LinkedIn contacts and send them a landing page. Yeah. Okay. I don't think it will be very effective, honestly.
That's so effective. No.
Yeah. So, okay, let's think of what can be more effective. Let's think together. I'm sure that if you do that, you will have spent a lot of time, because you have 600 contacts, right? And okay, and then you will say, oh,
wouldn't be sending them to all of them, because a lot of them are kind of Auxinity teachers or English people or Americans. Or whatever,
half of them are not. We cannot use.
A lot of my contacts are other teachers who would not be interested. However good the course is, they would not be my target audience. So.
Okay, so let's change that strategy. So what would you do, or we do for you?
I mean, we could also look for, you could look for human resources people on LinkedIn. You could put in put in recursos humanos or something like that, and see where it takes you. Recursos humanos, maybe a city or something like that in Spain or wherever, and or wherever you are, and
to that, and to them, what can you? What is the message that you can send so that they pay attention to you?
I mean, if I was human resources, I think that one of the things that sounds the most attractive is the something you were emphasizing the other week, which was that the lack of paperwork with a lot of the, one thing is that it's payable, that the stuff is refundable via Fundi, and another is that there's there's a kind of lack of paperwork that normally comes with getting English classes rolling, and monitoring attendance and things like that.
Okay, so let's because if we have a clear idea after this meeting of what we can,
I think I'm sure really maybe the price may not be so. I mean, if it's all refundable via Fundi, it's not really, the price is not really such a big thing, I suppose, unless they have some huge, Fundi is just a kind of limited budget, and they have other things that may be refundable as well.
But the price is a big issue. They will definitely take it into refundable or not, because they have the credit that they have is one certain, it's limited as well. So it all depends on how we use that credit and what's the price that they are going to have longer or shorter training, or that they are going to train more or less people. So the price is very important here. Yeah. So, okay, again, let me I just want you at the end of this session to have a very clear idea and to know what to write, what to send, whether it's a landing page or a dossier, it's not the same. And what you will say, it's not the same to say, hey, I am whatever and I offer this, than another thing. So, okay, so you said price, you said paperwork equals 0, right? What did you say? What else did you say?
There was. I remember you saying that a lot of. I can't remember what paperwork it actually was, but the kind of the whole logistics of it was kind of simpler. That sort of the Oxinity system took care of a lot of things that they would have to have done themselves. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
That saves them time and hassle. And, you know.
Okay, Mari Carmen, how would you summarize the message? You must have done it so far.
Yes, concerning the companies, well, I would like to add something that might help, and that is that I think the way to go about with companies, of course, what's been said with the email, the information, etc., but it's very important to put your hands on the phone. And I think that makes a difference in terms of all the information that they get. Why? Because often when I call them back after I've sent them a couple of emails, I tend to hear, oh, we didn't receive it. Oh, when was it? Oh, so that means that I think a phone call is very important here, especially for companies.
Absolutely. Yeah, I absolutely agree. And this is very true, because that's the best follow-up. Yeah, sometimes if they have missed it, there is another chance of you to send it. But just want you to think of something. If we manage, or if you guys manage to get one interview, what will happen is that Maria will be in it, okay? As it happened with Georgina recently. Yeah, they both were in an interview. So what happened there is that Georgina listened to Maria explaining about Oxinity. Okay, so probably 2 more meetings of this, and Georgina will be perfectly confident of doing that alone. Yeah, but in any case, Maria will be there for you. So 3 company interviews are going to give you 1 company client. Look at that. So if you manage to get 1 company client, this is an average of 15 students. So what you have to try to do is try to get interviews, try to get 1 interview, then another, and in all these interviews, you will count on Maria. Okay, you will listen to how she pitches Oxinity, and that will serve you to go and to explain that to everyone. Okay, you can go alone, you can do it anytime to anyone, with or without Maria. So she will be there, but 2-3 times with her will be more than enough to learn enough and to do it, to replicate it as many times as necessary. But the ratio 3-to-1, this is going to happen. So these revisits with a company, yes, one can tell us later in time, another one can tell us whatever, yeah, but one will say yes, definitely, and we will be organizing the training for 15 students. And when we are organizing the training for 15 students, we are going 15 times faster. So Mark, when you have to pitch that, yeah, of course there is 0 organizational work. This is what I was saying, because students organize themselves, yeah? But the price is also the big issue here, unbeatable price. So you can pitch it as well. And all you have to do is, how can we get an interview? Yeah, let's try to see how we can get an interview. So I will ask here Anna, because she is super successful exactly in this process. Okay, how can we get an interview? Anna, what do you advise?
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm super successful in that. What I'm trying to do, I have the role that, well, basically Monday to Friday, I'm adding at least 20 clients, at least 20 contacts on LinkedIn, basically related to human resources, but you need to be very careful what type of human resources you're adding. So nothing like consultancy or similar. So this way, first you need to filter the contacts. Then when you're added, then you basically send them the short pitch. And basically, what I'm trying to do after, I'm trying to convince them to have a quick call, or their email address to send them more information, or just to, even if they say, oh, we've got a provider at the moment, what I do is, okay, no problem. Let me just explain what we do in a quick call or via email, and this way you can take us into consideration in future. So that's basically my rule of doing things.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thanks for that. Yeah, great. So, Georgina, how about you? How did you get that company to meet with us?
Oh. Well, those companies that meet with us are people that I know directly, like personally.
Perfect.
So
Okay.
that's like easier. But what I have figured from other companies that I didn't know directly, it's a fact of being constant. So when you write them the first time, they sort of like ignore you. Second time, but then the third time, they notice you. So the third email that I wrote after like 2 months, maybe because it was of the subject line that I worked a lot on, but 5 of them answered saying, oh, well, thank you. And we're on it. We're looking at it with a big boss, whatever. So I would say the same thing. Be constant, just so people notice you. If not, you're just like a, random message, trend, whatever. But the fact of keeping communication, that I think is what works really, to be kept in mind. For example, now the summer, don't send emails. People are not, but if I send them an email before the summer, they're going to remember me. They're going to keep me in mind. That's what I would suggest.
Okay.
Yeah.
But let me take it from the first, what you first mentioned, because I think that we're underestimating the power of contacts that we have. Yeah. So we're talking about consistency, being constant, follow up, etc., adding more contacts, but we're kind of forgetting that we have already contacts, and this is the easiest way to get to a company. And this is what actually happened before this interview with Maria, right? You knew someone. So, okay, what happened there? Just describe the process, because I think that everyone can learn from this experience.
Well, I personally, the people, I call them up, hey, I have this business directly. I like directly. I say, hey, I opened up this business and being very successful. I can, get loads of students. I work with online exclusively with technology. And I always say it's really revolutionary. It's something different. And could we please talk? I say, could we please have a talk? Could we please, can I present this to you sometime? And they tend to say yes. Like all of them have said yes, more or less. So that's what I do. And then Maria is helping me, of course. But as you said before, like after meeting with Maria like 2 times, I sort of get the thing. And I also have my own experience with Auxinity about what it is and technology. It's just like, and I say, you just have to test it. I can explain it, but you just have to test it. And of course, then there's that ability. Yesterday, the possible client was saying, oh, we can cancel a class between 4 or 8 hours previous to the class. How about you? And Maria and I just like, we didn't look at each other because we can't, but we said 1 minute, and they were amazed. But then, she or me, I don't know, we explained like the infrastructure that is set permits this, and the wide range of teachers, and we can do it because so there's when I'm listening to you, and I always think, okay, what can we offer? So yeah, you've got the landing page as Mark suggested, which of course I send, but then that little hook would be, what would the hook be, right? The hook would be the price, or the hook would be the flexibility, or the hook would be, for me, technology. But it's so hard to explain. Like I cannot explain that you're going to go faster with this. You have to just experience it. Or what I've been saying lately, and I wrote a blog post about it, is that because I've been thinking a lot about this. It's like we don't use how do I say this? We do not adapt to technology. We do not adapt to Teams and video platforms or other tools. We have technology adapted to us, and that's the big data. Like, what can technology do for teaching? Not how can we teach with the tools? No. What is out there that can help us teach better? So I try to explain that way, and hopefully it'll be efficient. So what can we add? What content of value, or no? What is different? What is different? Why Auxinity? Why not another? Why here? Why not somewhere else? And then yesterday, I also spoke about the class itself and the mechanics of the class. And I said, hey, no small talk. And then I said what you say. If students speak about what they know, they're not learning. So I'm not in for that. You know, I go in 30 minutes, and you learn. So those are the different things that I explain of what is different at Oxinity compared to others, or that we don't use textbooks. Well, then I explain all the big data thing, but that's kind of, you know, longer. It takes me like 3 minutes to explain. So I do that, yeah.
Okay. In any case, so in any case, you started all this adventure by asking a friend, your contact, a friend, to put you in touch with the right person in their company, right? Okay. So would you advise that as one of the fastest ways to the rest of the, yeah?
Definitely. And then I'm listening to you right now, and also to Mark, and yeah, I have a LinkedIn. I have a lot of contacts who are, you know, Oxinity partners, a lot of English teachers, a lot of acquaintances of mine from school, and I always sort of like ignore them. But then I'm thinking, what, you know, they're in companies too. So, you know, like next week when I start contacting them, I will, you know, and they've been seeing what I've been doing. I mean, they see what I've been doing. So as you know, I'm in language. Maybe it's time to get ready for September. What are you up to in your company? You know. We might speak, let's do something, let's collaborate. So yeah, there's a lot of people that we probably know that we are involved in big, you know, companies or small companies or whatever. But.
Have you ever had a refusal when you've asked someone to send this dossier? No, never. Okay, so
I mean, people are nice, people are kind.
Yeah, of course. So if you ask someone, okay, so can you put this dossier, can you send this dossier to your human resource manager and copy me in? Yeah, they would say yes.
Well, well, there's only one guy. Yeah, there's only one guy in the United States, and we're talking about Spanish classes. And I send the stuff to him, but he never put me in copy. So we'll see. But yes, I have to ask to, you know, put me in the copy email, I guess. But people are either, you know, either they say no very kindly, or they're very, actually all these people who have answered, they said, yes, we're on it, but they never told me, you know, they told me I'm on it after the third email.
Follow up.
People,
here. Yeah. Follow up. Insist on that if they have said yes, then it's okay. So here is the dossier. Can you please send it to the human resource manager? Yeah. This is if you don't have a no. Okay. Maybe even before that, they can put you in touch with the human resource manager. So it's not even necessary to present the dossier, or no, it's just okay, I have this lady is organizing English classes, and this lady needs to train all these employees. Yeah, so just that, they have to put you in touch with that, your contacts, yeah, your friends, your acquaintances work somewhere. If they manage to put you in touch with the human resource manager, we'll do the rest. Yeah. What is the rest? Sending them the dossier with 3 pointers. What are these pointers? The price and all what they can get with it, the service, yeah, and the fact that it's absolute flexibility, and canceling, reserving classes, booking classes 1 minute before that, and that's all. So if you if they put you in touch with their human resource manager, this is everything. Okay, 15-minute interview, and that's all we ask for. That's all. 15 minutes of their time. That's all. We're not going to ask for more. And in this 15 minutes, then 1 out of 3 companies will say yes. Okay, so this is your strategy. Your strategy actually can be very simple. Let me summarize it here for you so that no one is lost in information. We have 1 contact. We're going to ask them kindly to put us in touch with the human resources manager by email. To that person, we're going to ask to have a video call for 15 minutes, and we're going to send the dossier. And in this email, we're going to pitch just 3 points: the price, 0 paperwork, flexibility, and we're going to invite them to try a class. And that's it. 1 out of 3 companies that we approach that way are going to say yes. This is it. So Gergo, you're in Hungary. Again, let me ask you, because you wanted to approach companies, and now the price, before the price was a little bit of an issue because of the the difference in the lifestyle, the life standard or cost of living. But now with this strategy, how do you think you can approach companies? If you're there, if you can answer to us, it would be great.
Yes.
Great.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Well, I don't know what can I add to all the smart thoughts which I heard until now. With the prices, I'm still not sure, to be honest, about my country, because we do not have euros. So I don't know with the conversion how we can work. If you understand my question.
Yes, I do. We already have experience in other countries. So if the concept is clear for you, then converting it to florins will be a matter of meeting one day and then adapting the dossiers that way. Because we did it with pesos, Colombian and Mexican.
And Mexico.
Yeah, successfully. So we now operate, we can do that. And we can do the same in florins, yeah? But the idea of, so here, what I want you to think is that if before we were saying 14 euros per hour, now we're saying 7, yeah? And it's 30 minutes with the teacher, 30 minutes with the app. So if we pitch that in Hungarian companies, do you think that you can find that?
I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm not sure if Hungarian people will be. I'm not sure the how to say how we make the money with the 30 minutes of classes and 30 minutes app use. I'm not sure if you can market that pitch in Hungary. I'm not sure if people. That's what I experienced from people who I've talked with. Fathers, mothers, business owners, and so on. So people, they tend to see that 30 minutes, what we pitch, that 30 minutes with our app is actually teaching or learning time. They feel that they can get somewhere else.
Until they try.
Exactly. That's my point as well. To be honest, I need to work on the pitch as well, because I think I'm not really successful in conveying the message the right way. That's something I think I lack until now.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you? What's your approach?
What do you mean?
How do you pitch? What do you pitch?
Well, since 2 weeks ago, I think Johanna did ask the same question, and then came up this 7 euros, and and I used this exact argument with exact prices as well. So I use the euros, and people tended to say that okay, but you know what, I can get a private class for, say, an hour, 8.5 euros if we convert it from the forints to euros, and I can use my Duolingo and blah 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 blah, and then I have a 1 euro. So this is what happened to me most of the time when I came up with this structure. What 2 or 3 weeks ago was discussed in a Friday meeting.
Okay, well, you can say I was actually explaining that to a lady she has an academy in Bilbao. And she, of all people, could understand that, well, she comes from a traditional background, and she couldn't argue anything that I said. So what I said was, okay, you are a teacher, right? And an academy director, right? She said, yes, of course. Yeah, I know teaching. I know when we talk about teaching, I know my business. And I said, okay, so in a 60-minute class, what is usually that you do? Well, we talk, then we do activities, then we do a listening, then they do a pair work, and then we practice a little bit. And I said, okay, all right, fine. This is in 1 hour. So in 1 hour, what are the things that require a teacher no matter what? The practice, the practice. So do you do activities that are, for instance, read the statement and answer whether these questions are true or false. She said, yes, we do that. Okay. And do you do activities that you have to put the right verb in the right tense? Yes, we do that. And do you correct afterwards? Yes, I do. And I said, do you think that a machine can do that? And she said, yes, of course. I mean, of course. So I said, all right. So for us, this is something that you don't do. The machine does it. Yeah, the app does it. Okay, so what you do is all the things that no application, no Duolingo, no game, nothing can do, which is to practice, to use, to activate the use of the language. Yeah, so this is more than 30 minutes in a traditional class. No one does it. They do even less. They do even less because first they do a reading, then a listening, then some activities, and then the practice part is reduced to 15 minutes, 20 top maximum with a group, and with a private class as well. So this is non-existent with us. We actually increase practice time to 30 minutes. Yeah, we don't limit it to 15, we increase it to 30, and all the automated practices are in the app. Yeah, so this is what you can say. And when I explained, I had no counter argument. So she said, actually, you're right. You're right. I want to see it. And I was explaining to her how that goes. Yesterday, we had a session about that. And she's going to join our as a commercial franchisee. Yeah, they're going, not as a teacher, but she's very interested in implementing this in her school. It's this or closing, because she cannot allow all these overheads. So this is for real. This is a real case, and it's not the only one. So in any country, being it Hungary, Bulgaria, I don't know, South Africa, people are used to a traditional class where there is a lot of time that is spent on nothing. It's not nothing, but it's not necessary for the teacher to be there waiting for it to happen, like to do a gap fill activity.
Yeah, it's socializing, I think, for a lot of people. It's just people want to come, they want to come together for an hour. So
absolutely, with us they socialize even better.
Wow, yeah, so be it. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
I mean, yeah, because it's 30 minutes of real socializing.
Well, but that's 30 minutes of your paid time. That's what people need to understand from our side, and that's what I think. That's what the people didn't get from my message. That's it.
Okay, we can help. If they speak a little English, then we can probably meet and help them understand that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. So, any other questions, guys? No question. All clear. Mark, will it be clear? Do you have now a clear idea of how to approach companies or how to start in order to get a company?
Or you don't have the mic on? Yeah, I think so. I'll have to give it a bash as soon as I finish the backlog of activities that I have to finish.
Start with. Okay, fine. But start with your contacts. Ask them to put you in touch with a human resource manager. Ask for a 15-minute interview, and then the rest is something that Maria will help you with. Okay? So remember that one company, you can go get 15 private students. It can take you, I don't know, 12, 15 months, or you can get one company and the same results will materialize within a month. Yeah, this is it. Okay, guys, so I hope this was useful, and I hope you rethink your strategy, and I hope you forget once and for all about limiting your offers to your availability and broaden it to all this service that we can provide, and surely target and achieve companies. Okay, so great. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Radmila. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a nice weekend,
everyone.
Bye.
Great weekend. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.